For Carnival 2023.
You better believe it, boy. When you want to get all them soca tracks, man, that's what FM is a place to be. Inside your soca antidote, right? 20 minutes after 11 o'clock, inside the building. Big and serious, man. Y'all don't know what goes on, right? Yeah, 11 until 12, boy. We inside the Carnival hangout. The chill spot, you know. Yeah, another one with this one. Right here next one, 4 FM, man. Inside the building. I'm live on Facebook as well, so y'all need to run on over and check that out, big and serious. And we're getting ready for experience, boy. Monday, July 3rd, boy. Patrice Roberts. You gotta get security for me, boy. I steering the whole night. The goddess is gonna be inside the Honnestville time up, man. Get yourselves ready for that. And more. Ding, 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 ding.
Carnival Hangout with CJ Stump on DJ Q, the Soca Mafia, your favorite Betsy Soca artist on X104.3 FM, your Soca antidote for Carnival 2023.
All right, bad boss, we're going. Soca Mafia in the building. Man, take a big money, you know, boy. Soca Mafia, boy. What a wow.
In a good way.
In a good way, definitely. Hey, Carnival hangout today, man. First in the studios for the very first time. No stranger to the thing, though. Yeah, it's all good, boy. The Pan Boss, the Pan Mafia. We should say this. Here we are, the Soca Mafia. Should just welcome the Pan Mafia.
But he gets the Pan, man.
Yo, man.
But they like it, man.
Boy, hey. Inside the building today, man.
Yeah.
Rodney.
It's one of them things I want to hear Pan, and whether he handle with it. Got it.
Anytime you hear Pan. Yo, man. It's Rodney. Smalls. What's good, my virgin? I ain't hear that time, boy. Tell me that.
Yeah,
Nice. Good. Testing some volumes, man.
Morning. Right now, I come hang out. And,
You come hang out.
yeah, big up. Where you see me partner name?
Soca Mafia.
That's another name he get it, boy. Big up the Extreme family.
Ronnie Small or Ronnie Smalls?
Rodney Small.
It's small, no S.
No S. Okay.
You know, a lot of persons just put that smalls.
But you could call me walk out. I mean, but yeah, big up Extreme. Good morning. All those persons who are listening, who are viewing online. We're hanging out right now. And I hope it's a real hangout.
Now we're chilling. He frightened, though. He coming in to the frightened dog. I don't know again. I don't know what's up with that.
No, but when you come into
What are you so
a
scared
place
of, bro?
with such prestige young men. I mean, one name Mafia,
Check him out.
one name Stumpy. You know what I mean?
Well, my name is DJ Q, bro.
I DJ Q.
All right.
I'm not lump.
Yeah.
Anybody who call you lump, you know how long they
Lump
know.
could pass.
You know, but you know him as lump.
Yeah,
You
lump
sure?
could pass. What you mean, brother?
Okay. Well, yeah.
What you mean, brother?
You come hang out.
You
Come talk the
can from the football mafia to Soca Mafia, the production mafia,
everything.
road manager, bro.
Producer.
We can't start.
I go to DJ Q.
You hear him now? You be modest now.
Yeah, I go to DJ Q.
Nah, you own it. You take them things.
Yeah,
That's it.
DJ Q.
Yeah. All right, people, remember we all being sponsored by Island Sips, man. Promo Splash. I tell y'all need to check out that Promo Splash. It is crazy. All right. And it's available at your favorite supermarkets and outlets as well. Yeah, run over and grab a case. All right, check out Island Sips water as well, and check out Fan Fruit Drink. Yeah, it comes in all different flavors, man. That's the whole thing. Y'all don't know Village Ram already. Household name, so check them out, man. We're big inside. So big up the entire Village Ram family. Island Sips, man. Big sponsors inside. Carnival hangout. You know what I mean? Chilling with the Pan Boss today, boy. You know what I mean? Hey, and we're live on Facebook. Share up the live. Hit us up on the WhatsApp machine as well, and let us know. Let me see what my brethren saying here. So on the WhatsApp. Okay. All right, nice. Go see how old brethren. Yeah. So small as well, go on, brethren. Everything level.
Money, everything blessed. Can't complain. I mean, it's a privilege to be alive, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a privilege to be alive.
And it's something I always say. A lot of persons didn't make it to see today.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
you know.
And you know, it's always a privilege to be able to come and reason. Because remember reasoning done long ago. We used to sit down and reason.
Yeah. Them things don't really go on much these days.
So when you're called upon to come and reason and partake some knowledge or to learn something,
yeah, man,
very important. And I hope we can have a good conversation, a good hangout.
I like
Nothing negative, all positive.
No.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I just looking forward to. I just don't know what direction all.
No, we're good. And I told you, if I could say anything, relax, bro. We good.
No. I got that.
So come up here.
I mean, I have my village ram, so a nice
Good.
And then after a village, I'm gonna get a little Plumrose water.
Yeah. The
I
Island
mean,
Splash real bad though. Island Splash.
Yeah,
The Plumrose
Island
Splash. The
Splash,
Plumrose Splash is a real good product.
yeah, man.
Yeah, coming in from persons who know it as juicy. Yeah, but y'all need to check that out. Anyway, but Smalls, have been going on these days, boy. You kind of, I was about to say kind of on the low now, but after your show over the weekend, I can't really say that again. All right, let me congratulate you on that Ivory soiree. I hope I get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to correct you there. It's not just me, right? It's the Yulopan movement and the Carnival Bands Incorporated. I'm just the president of the Yulopan movement. And I mean, but obviously,
right?
I like it.
Correct.
no, but it's a full,
Yeah, we just saying things. It's not he, no, but he's the president.
No, it's a full team effort.
I get you. I get you.
It was a full team effort, but somebody have to take the lead.
Yeah.
And I always believe in, and if persons just misunderstand Rodney Small a lot. Yeah,
That's
I
why
believe,
you're brother.
yeah, I
That's why
believe
you're
that if you're a leader, you have to lead.
Sometimes.
I mean, you have to lead. You have to lead, and I mean, I have a wonderful team. I mean, in terms of the YOLO fan movement and the collaboration with the Carnival Band.
What do you mean in a YOLO?
YOLO, it's really
Good
one
question,
of our names that St. Vincent was actually called YOLO at one point in time, and they have Euro Me. I mean, different names. So it's really a Vincentian name.
Seriously?
I mean, yeah. I don't know the full history of it, but it has something to do with what we were called before. So YOLO Pan movement is really the name of the organization. But I mean, what was important on Sunday, which we were talking about, was the marriage between the two components, which is Pan and Mass. Right?
So that's what you wanted to do. That's what Ivory.
It was really the launch of Steel and Glitter, which is the actual panorama and the section of the band's event.
And I rebranded it.
Yeah, repackaged, rebranded, and I mean, over the years we've been doing panorama launch. But what we did as an executive, it's really about Mass and Pan. Why do it alone? You know what I mean? So we just decided to collaborate, because one of the most important things in this whole entire industry that we are talking about is collaboration. I mean, we all have to collaborate. It doesn't matter the magnitude of it or not. You understand? Because now you're alone there with the talking. Are you on cue?
Yeah.
And I mean, and then you need somebody to help deal with the other thing. I mean, sponsors. I mean, so I mean,
teamwork.
Of course, of course.
And, teamwork,
and as I said, somebody still have to lead. But it doesn't mean that because somebody is leading, it means that they are the only person involved in it. Like, there's just some persons who prefer to work in the background. Yeah. And I mean, it has some man.
Very important. Very important.
I mean, so Sunday was a major success.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like that you could acknowledge your team as well.
Of course.
That's good. That's good.
No man is an island and no man stand alone.
Yeah, well, I know you do. This island is mine. No man is any island. You know what I mean? So it was a success. Just before we go into that, though, any meaning to the Ivory soiree? Why you came up with that? Just something I just came up with.
Ivory has a lot to do with the color.
Okay.
It has a lot to do with the white and the whole off-white concept and all
Right.
that. And it just actually it sounds good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
and then soiree has a lot to do with an evening of gathering and fellowship and you know what I mean, just being able to enjoy an atmosphere with family and friends.
Right.
So you know what I mean, we decided to put both of them together.
Ivory soiree.
And it was an all-white affair.
Righty then. I didn't get a chance to attend. So sorry about that. I had some prior engagements.
Yeah, but I know the support is still there now.
Yeah. By right, and if you, I don't know how much you've been listening, but one of the push that we're pushing for this year, especially in this program, Extreme, is support.
Yeah, man.
Because I think that's what's really lacking from Carnival.
Right.
People will complain, this ain't happening, and then when the show happen now, no support whatsoever. So we're calling on persons to support a lot, support the artists, support the events. You know what I mean? So seeing that you mentioned it was a great success, I'm happy to hear that. But overall, how did it go?
Well, I mean, as we're talking support, and I mean, from the Steel Pan fraternity and the Mass fraternity, I think I can safely speak on the both fraternities that we've been fighting for acceptance.
Yeah.
I mean,
and support.
I mean, and persons have placed these two components in a box where it's not sexy, it's not trendy, it's not modern, right? Now, it is a fact for some people because you have to pay attention to the appetite of what your patrons want.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, Mass is different because
Indeed.
all them ladies and gentlemen want to jump up on the street Carnival Tuesday. So Mass, in a sense, is a little bit, I mean, in a better place.
Yeah.
But for Pan people and Pan players, we're always
still fighting.
We're known to be delinquents. And I mean, bad people and people who good for nothing and They really have nothing else to do. So you send them to play a pan.
Sadly.
But what we're seeing now is a turning point where we see a lot more young people are approaching the industry. So what we did as a fraternity and as an executive, we tried to talk to the band leaders to try and make it cool.
Mm-hmm.
Make it cool.
Yeah.
Incorporate the different innovations.
Yeah.
And because if you look at it, and Q's also part of the producing world, Steel Pan has always been present in Carnival, in Vincy Mas, in Carnival music. And from as far as Razom, when he's talk about Pum Pum Sweet. And Winston Soso Mihaya Woman down in the Panyard.
Yeah. Pan.
Then recently you have a lot of songs that has the pan
The
inside of it.
reference. Making the reference to
my
the pan
first
music
my
and
first ever soca monarch on stage was with,
pan.
with Fireman when he sang Walkie Walkie. I don't know if you remember that, but pan has always been present, and as an executive, as a YOLO pan movement, as a pan player, as a practitioner, I think we now understand our role in Vincy Mas and beyond. Not just Vincy Mas, but beyond. But Vincy Mas is really, Panorama is really the Super Bowl for pan in St. Vincent and Grenadines, where you go and everybody come down in the big numbers. But Sunday really, really cemented a lot of things that we wanted to do as an executive. Firstly, we saw a lot of persons who never seen
come out
to a pan event.
support.
I saw Karen there.
That's
When I saw Karen, I know Karen is my personal friend. But when I see Karen come and she spent the whole night to the end of it.
Shows
Yeah, and then I see Kevin Robbie from Amjine. It was the whole night. And I saw other promoters who you wouldn't expect to be in a pan event.
Right.
But what is important is that what we did, we went back to the drawing board. How can we make this event cool? How can we align it with what is happening industry-wise? Because before now we used to go by the roadside, by the car park, and just play banana and do a thing. And that would not catch you. That would not catch your cue. But for the fact that there are persons who are reaching out and saying that they like what is happening now. Now, one of the things I personally, right? Just finished doing a course, and in that course, they tell you, how can I get somebody into an event that I don't like? So you don't like pan, but how can I get you into that?
How can I attract you?
Yeah, exactly. So we paid a lot of attention to that. And in fact, there were persons who came at the end of the event and said, boy, I never like pan.
You're surprised.
And now
I saw some social media
and now they're saying that
feedback.
they're not going to miss anything that pan is having. Because why? You know what I mean? You were able to win their hearts over. Because once you're inside, you have no choice. You have to listen to pan. You understand? But it was important in terms of the way we presented it. There are a lot of persons basically move away from pan because they don't understand what was happening. So that's why we decided to tune some of the artists with the pan, so you could actually understand. Oh, so is that something playing? And then we had a whole atmosphere, the ambience in terms of the table service and the hookahs and the mason jars, and these are things that big producer, big promoter like Q and them man do.
So overall, it was a good.
Yeah,
it was appealing.
Yeah, it was appealing and attractive. But what was the greatest achievement for us as a fraternity is that a lot of the young players left there motivated to the point where you see them on Instagram telling their friends, you have to come in the Panyard. Not just to the event, but
I get you.
come and learn to play, because to them it's cool again. It felt good playing a song that they know. It felt good knowing that, boy, I never know with the man named Suki, the man from Dominica.
You never know, could have played for
one of the bands played it and the young people went crazy over it. So we also have a role to play in terms of making it more appealing, right? To the young people.
Yeah, and I think that was what was lacking. So seeing that y'all took up that initiative is a good thing.
Yeah, man.
It's headed in the right direction.
Of course.
Yeah. All right, but even before we even started all of that, and I had to ask you, what capacity you're representing though? I need to know. I need to know, bro. Bro, your listeners need to know, because
you're the president.
I need to know, bro.
No. You
but that one we don't trust all the media people. Let's see all the media people. This man has got plenty licks and all. But no problem. I'm representing.
When you're speaking, people need to know.
I am representing a holistic industry. So anything you want to ask me, ask me.
You're part of the CDC still?
Of course, because being the president, and I'm glad you asked that question.
I have to.
Being the president of PAN, which is a component of the CDC, you're automatically a member of the CDC board, representing PAN.
So you only represent Pan.
Yeah, so there's appointed members and there are elected members.
Right.
Right? So I'm an elected member because I was voted by the YOLO Pan movement fraternity.
Right. I
Right?
get you.
But there are other functions, there are other things that I am that I'm blessed with. Not say that I am blessed with. So from time to time I would give a little idea with a little setup. I might give a little idea on a little marketing thing. And the CDC welcomes a lot of different
especially
ideas
from you.
suggestions.
From you, I think that would be nice.
No, well, I think it's from anybody. People have the wrong perception out there.
Fair enough.
And then a lack of knowledge creates ignorance.
Yeah.
So sometimes the PR is not the same, but the CDC is very open to a lot of suggestions. Right. The way it's done, that could be a different conversation too.
Contrary to beliefs.
Yeah, but right now I feel like I'm at a place in my life, in my career, where I could represent the industry.
Right.
I think I dabble here and there and everywhere. Without anybody feeling any kind of way because
anyway, to that boy, that massive play. And I must say, boy, Vincy Mas, this year, how you feeling the vibes this year? Honestly,
now in a Rodney's capacity, I think we as a nation we could do a little bit more, right? Remember in some fight and Soca Mafia. Carnival, the national festival, is run by the CDC, who is just a portion of people within our society. But quite naturally, Carnival belongs to we the people.
True.
And one of the things that the CDC is pushing, and again, I know we're going to jumpstart a lot of it from this week in terms of our narrative, is the unifying spirit of Carnival. And within that narrative, it speaks about the inclusion of everybody's somebody. It's our people, throughout the year, they'll see the icebox on, and when Carnival comes, the icebox on the road.
Sure.
But I think we as a people, we're not, and I say this with no apology. I could take no licks. We have not fully embraced, accept, and loving the Carnival like how we're supposed to be loving the Carnival.
I ain't gonna say not Carnival alone, but
but that's what we're talking about. And we have to get back to that place where we're full of pride. But my thing is not, the love that I'm talking about is not love for going to an event.
No.
But what I mean is a type of love that we want the world to know that regardless of how you may feel about the CDC or you may feel about whoever or whatever, at the end of the day, it is Vincy Mas. We say that a lot. We say that a lot. The hottest Carnival, and we say we love Vincy Mas. But the majority is not showing that. You're always going to have issues,
Right.
Look at Jamaica, Reggae Sumfest. Sting. Don't care what. They feel Jamaica don't have the problems.
Yeah.
But when it comes
People
to
still turn out.
not just the turnout, but when it comes to the way they speak about it publicly. And we go have we problem but we can't hang, we close them up on the line so.
The bashing sometimes is just
but we have to remember now. The ultimate powers does not rest with an organization.
And I think that's what a lot of persons don't realize. They cannot just leave it to the CDC and not embrace the power that they actually have in Carnival.
I'm not here to defend the CDC or defend anybody, but I just want we as a people, because we're moving away from a lot of our identities and some point. And if we ain't careful enough, we're going to lose our Carnival identity. Because we waste so much time with dealing with things that we could have a conversation about. If you could walk into the CDC and talk to the CEO, you could walk in and talk to the chairman, right? Or you could walk in and talk to Mark as a private promoter. We have to have conversations. Right now, I just feel we it has some I might get it has some little bad dogs in your yard that just bark and bite after everything. I just feel we had that kind of approach, and we're not talking. You know what I mean? We're not talking. You have a problem with Rodney? Okay, let me go up on Facebook. Hey, Rodney thing. Have a conversation. You know what I mean? And my thing is, and I said it enough, the only ingredient, and you here as a promoter, you as a promoter too, the only ingredient to a successful event, festival, or anything is love.
Yeah, true.
You have to put a lot of love into your event. And the amount of love you put into it is the amount of love you're going to get back. Very, very important. Very, very important. Because you see, the secret do the whole thing, if the people now ain't really loving it, not from what you're putting forward, but saying, listen, this is not about CDC. This is about my Caribbean identity. as a product that is a part of the global civilization.
Yeah. We gotta make that name right now because I mean after Trinidad, Grenada, Vincy Mars, everything incorporated in one. So we can't let them outshine we, not this year. You know what I mean? But we have to accept, the carnival launch was really after a bad start, and I think that is what put a lot of bad taste in people. You know what I mean? But apart from that though, because I mean you shed some light on mixing the whole thing and bringing new ideas, and what actually went wrong with that carnival launch in your honest opinion? Because to me, first impressions does go a long way.
All right. What I think personally, and from a standpoint of being a part of the CDC board and being a part of an industry,
Right.
is that there's a
Yes.
there's a disconnect, right? There's a disconnect, and I mean,
Wait, the people and CDC or within CDC?
no, the people and the CDC.
Right.
And I mean, I could say that, and I've said it, I mean, openly. And as a CDC, as an administration, as the Department of Culture where I work, as an industry on a whole, we have to find those deep issues and address them head on and honestly. Right? We've been hearing things around. I mean, to be honest, there's some things that we need to probably address head on and get it out of our system. And I mean, as I say, venting and talking is one of the coolest solutions to a lot of things.
Yeah.
One of the best solutions to a lot of things.
But then the CDC is in a place to do that.
You
Based on how it comes with it.
see that, and that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, I don't want to sound diplomatic, and I mean, persons might think that I'm sounding diplomatic, but I know the CDC doors are always open. What I think we could do, what I think we should do, what I've suggested is that we have an open forum and basically let's allow persons to vent. Let us understand where we went wrong, right? Because we have to make ourselves the victims first. Where we went wrong and see how we can correct that. And I could safely tell you that is a part of the discussion from since the launch happened to now.
Good. That's good.
But
That's
we as a people now,
I like that.
we as a people now, we have to also ask ourselves to, if we do this and we hold the festival at ransom simply because I don't like what 15 or 18 men are doing, what is that doing for the festival also?
Good question. So.
Right? Now,
So in other
mind you,
words-
the CDC don't have all the answers, and the CDC is not always right. I could safely say that to you
Facts.
as somebody who sits
Facts,
in these
bro.
meetings. They're not always right. We are humans. We don't always have all the answers.
Sure.
But I think now more than ever, the CDC realize that, there's certain things that we have to address. There's some things that we have to deal with. Because even me as a component rep, I've been meeting with my fraternity almost every week to see how we could fix what is happening with the entire festival. There are artists who are disgruntled, rightfully so and respectfully so. There are service providers who are disgruntled, rightfully so and respectfully so.
It's all good.
But at the end of the day, right, we have to come to a place where we can have a conversation. I plenty people go ahead and people say, oh, you're being diplomatic because inside. But then if everybody's still outside and we cuss and we rant and we rave, where's the solution?
So are they actually talking about raising the money into that?
Well, you see me
In
right
a conversation.
now. You see me right now. But I think the chairman in his press conference, basically said that the CDC is not in a position to
do so.
raise it. But I could also tell you that again, there are conversations in terms of how we can make the pool a little bit more attractive. If it's not monetary, but what
Something
else?
earlier, right?
Yeah,
right.
the
Nice,
conversation is there.
nice, good, nice, good.
The
Do you think
conversation-
you would agree that some of the problems that CDC is facing, sometimes some of them are actually bigger than the CDC?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of
And I
course.
think a lot of persons don't understand
Of course,
that.
of course.
They think it ends at the CDC and not know well the CDC actually has to rely on other parts of we don't really talk government, but parts of the government as well. You know what I mean? So that's good to say. We inside with Village Ram, we inside with Island Sips, we inside with Pan. We're laughing already. You know what I mean? Anytime you head to your favorite supermarket, just check them out, especially the Island Sips Promo Splash. Y'all
We have
gotta
some
grab
questions,
that.
I don't think
Yeah, I got
that-
some questions
I don't
coming
think
for you as
they
well.
really dumb you out. You can answer some of them.
No, I might be able to. As I say, I'm
Okay,
here.
somebody want to know why the new song competition got squashed.
All right, that's a very important question.
Good question.
Very, very important question.
No,
No,
hold on. They went on to say it used to motivate the artists to come out and display their talent and produce quality music.
very, very true, right? I think originally one of the reasons, because I went onto the CDC and met the new song, something I used to look forward to. But initially, the CDC did that to encourage persons to release their music early. That was one of the main objectives for early releases. Now we don't have that issue. But what I personally realized, right? Because men start releasing music from since December now, January, February. So one of the main objectives was to get persons to release early. Now we don't have that issue because they have songs releasing early.
So it's like moving on.
But what I have realized personally, it was beyond that. It was beyond, not for the CDC, but for the artists. It's something that they would look forward to.
So there was more to it. It means more to the artists than actually what CDC was the intention of CDC.
Yeah. And then again, the CDC now realized because of course the patrons are asking for it.
I get
now if there's a demand for something, you can't ignore it. Yeah. So again, the CDC is now in discussion to see how we can bring it back, because we realize it's no longer about release it early, but it's something that they are looking forward to.
Right, so you could revamp,
and repackage it and give it a different feel and give it a different vibe. You know what I mean? So all in all, you know what I mean? These are also platforms and avenues for a lot of these young artists, right? So outside of these new releases, the CDC now acknowledge that, wait, boy, it's really an opportunity for a man who never performed on a stage. You get to perform. You know what I mean? You take the stage for the first time, because remember that used to be a very first time thing. Yeah. But one of the very first thing for Carnival. You know what I mean?
It was the Carnival launch.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean? The new song thing is really something that artists themselves look forward.
Yeah. So I gotta go back to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, man, up on the board again. Somebody was wondering if they could see some Panyard limes as a build up to Panorama.
That person has been in our meeting, or they probably won't be mentioning it. Yeah. So what we're going to do, right? And I think you kind of draw me into the capacity of CDC. Anyhow, we're talking everything while we're hanging out.
You're representing.
The Panyard limes is something that we're bringing back this year.
Right.
So for an entire week, we're going to be moving to the different Panyards, and we're going to go live. Mm-hmm. Right? We're also going to be doing it like a crawl. So we're going to take a live audience to the Panyard. So we're going to have people come in a vehicle, a caravan. We're going to the Panyards. Right. We're going to line. We're going to have some sponsors to some drinks giveaway, because that's what Panyard's about. Yeah. Panyard is a free-spirited environment. Sure. You hear the band rehearse, you see what happens behind the scene. But we're going live. So people in the diaspora, people who are at home, people who can't move, you're going to see what is happening in the Panyard. Yeah. Panyard is a place where a lot of community spirit is you know what I mean? It's felt. You know what I mean?
A lot of bands.
So yes, for that question, we're going to do that.
All right, good.
For an entire week. You know what I mean?
Somebody said, ask Rodney about Junior Panorama plans and how many bands are expected to take part.
Yeah, Junior Panorama is our flagship event. You know what I mean? We have some challenges right now. Some challenges right now that we are ironing out as a Euro fan movement. We're actually doing some assessment, because what has happened is that during the volcanic eruption, some of these schools were used as shelters. Right. And I think some of the fans got damaged. So we're doing an assessment to see how much of them we could help. Help and basically revive some of the fans from the damages. But Junior Panorama, we are still hoping that we're going to see about 12 to 13 bands. That's what we would normally see over the years. But we have some new bands coming in, some new community bands. So it shows that, Pan is on the rise, and the young people are so excited right now. I tell you, after Sunday night, it's going to be, they're all fired up. You know what I mean? But Junior Pan, there's some other, as I said, some other appealing things that we're going to add to the Junior Pan this year. And I mean, something that would spark the interest of other young people, the teenagers and the young adults. So, I mean, we have a press conference coming up that we're going to speak about all these wonderful things. Good. So I really don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
Cat in the rain already.
Yo, hey, Rodney Smalls is in the building. I remember you can hit us up. You can check it out on Facebook as well. You can share up the live. You can send your voice notes. He's right here. We're talking Carnival.
And anything they want to ask Rodney Smalls.
Anything at all. You know what I mean? Somebody was wondering, what about combining schools? I'm not sure.
That person is definitely a fan person, because we have had that issue before where two schools wanted to join up. But the issue with that is that if two schools join up, where are we going to place them? Is it going to be community category, or are we going to place them into the school category?
I get you.
So that is a discussion, an ongoing discussion, because, for example, to be very transparent, Convent and St. Martin's wanted to join and come as one band. But you know, the
Well, how we
fraternity,
gonna,
the fraternity wasn't
I mean,
really.
high school and grammar school. What is
Yeah,
it?
no,
So
probably you see a
And
lot
then
of that happening. Then you
No.
could actually form.
But we didn't say no to it.
Right.
Fraternity didn't say no to it. It was just a matter of which category you put
Right.
them in.
Right.
Should we put them in schools or do we put them in community?
Right.
And I mean, and then how do you split up
But
the
then
money?
there's a committee of it.
Yeah, but how do you split up the money and all these issues? Yeah, but you know what I mean? We anything that would help the art form, help grow the art form.
We're done
And I
with
mean,
that.
yeah, we're
On,
done
on a
with it.
positive note.
Yeah.
On a positive note. All right, that's good. Hey, Rodney Smalls is inside the building. The Pan Mafia.
Oh, yeah, boy. I get some like you know. I remember was some marketing. I was rebranding, and I Trinidad Virgin of mine called me the Steel Pan boss. And I said,
And then
boy,
you get some licks. Actually, I think I remember that.
yeah, I said, boy, I gonna go with that name because for marketing purpose, right? All my brethren in Trinidad like it, and I mean some mean pan players who way better than Rodney, and they liked it because they realized that it was a mindset. It was more of a mindset than more of a I feel like better than anybody.
Well,
you understand?
You just get all that.
Yeah, but
anytime you're striving, I think that's where people just kind of Rodney Small feel it this, Rodney Small feel it that. You gotta do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta do your thing.
I still learning to deal with that. But anyhow,
you're doing good, man.
It's contribution over competition.
Yeah, right. You know, on a public level, I think you're doing well. I think we had a guest earlier up as well, and we were talking CDC and how they would rebunk on things, and I think that was one of the problems. I don't know, you know, sometimes people just kind of look at things on a professional level to say, all right, we are an entity, and we're just not gonna take part in certain things. But me and Q had that conversation. I think sometimes the CDC too laid back, man. I feel sometimes when they get some fire, they feel lash back. Yeah, bro. Sometimes y'all there's something just slide, bro. You know what I mean?
The diplomatic approach sometimes.
Yeah. No, for real. And then listen, and then when y'all do lash back now, it come like now whatever licks y'all get, the public is just gonna run with that because your CDC never adjust it. They never.
But here now, while we're at that point, somebody said at this point, I'm wondering if to blame the CDC or the government for not investing enough in the CDC for developing Vincimals.
I mean, we all have a more.
So you see, sometimes the citizens need to speak up, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, you all are human
We
beings.
have some issues we could highlight and see exactly what kind of people been looking for CDC to come back at, but we ain't gonna really get into details. I think sometimes the laid back approach don't always work.
You see, the CDC have to be very careful too because of the type of institution it is. And I mean, because for me alone,
fire.
Yeah.
Fire with fire.
Yeah, because and I mean people. I mean,
but then
for me alone, but you have to understand the atmosphere that you. Yeah.
But then the CDC, I know you have protocols, you have this, but you have to understand that the faces behind CDC is at risk too. So you have to highlight certain things.
Yeah.
Because
when
you stay quiet, and the girls them outside waiting for you come outside. You looking bad.
Because they can say y'all never really address it. Exactly. So how and to me, and this is it. Not like you're just gonna randomly go out there and just adjust things.
Correct.
And it's sometimes y'all have the facts that could address certain things, just adjust it, bro.
So I guess what we're saying is that the CDC needs to work on its PR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because, and I said earlier,
bro.
A lack of knowledge.
I agree.
Creates ignorance.
I agree.
And that is something I could take.
I agree,
would take back.
I agree. Just strike a balance with it.
As he was in it, we tell us the same thing.
Just strike a balance. Y'all ain't going back out there and say, boy, this, that. You just come here. You know, there's a nice diplomatic way of doing things.
like how you doing it.
Yeah.
Wait.
You mastered, bro. So you could take a lead in it. You know what I mean?
You structure it so nice that this them there. You know, I think sometimes y'all just need to take that approach as well. All right, but let's do a voice talk.
Good morning, Kings. Morning. I'm here listening. Okay, very, very interested indeed. My question is, how can I be a part of the board? How can I be a member of the CDC board? Because I would love to. I got a lot of ideas. Or even on Rodney Small's team. Yeah. Give me some info, please.
Well, I mean, just before Rodney comes in and I think what you said really and truly, you don't necessarily have to be a member to make a contribution or to have a say. You know, so I don't know if you want to go further than just having a say and actually being a member. I can't really answer that. But you know, whatever ideas and suggestions you have, there are several means and ways that you could go about doing that.
I mean, again, the fact that persons are asking and showing interest like that, it means that persons still don't understand how it's done. The CDC board is appointed by cabinet. So there's
Right.
appointed
Okay.
members
Right. You
and
see?
there are elected members who are the component reps.
Right.
Right. So I am an elected member.
Right.
Right. So regardless of what, if the appointed members change, I would remain there as long as I'm still the president of FAN.
Right.
Right. Now there's also the shows committee and there's a marketing committee and there's the protocol committee. Now I would share my own experience before I became a member. Right. I went to the CDC when I just came back from Jamaica, excited, ready to show persons what I was learning. I went to the CDC every day in the park, try to share, try to give ideas, just voluntary. And I mean, because I feel like if I didn't need to hold a position to have an influence.
Right.
And then eventually I got in, and I mean, as a shows committee member,
Right.
where is a member where anybody could go and show an interest. There are persons who walk into the CDC before and said to the CEO, I would like to be a part of your shows committee. Those are the persons who come up with the ideas and the productions and
Yeah.
what's not. And that one is easy. That one is not appointed by cabinet. So for the persons who just sent the voice note, I would advise you to just go to the CDC,
Start.
express your interest.
You gotta start there.
Yeah.
You gotta start there.
I mean, because one thing that the CDC is going to try and do this year is to see how we can incorporate some of the students from the college who are in the performing arts society
Nice.
to come and give them a taste of what happens in terms of production and shows. So, I mean, anybody who is listening to my voice, you can go and express an interest with wanting to be a part of the shows and marketing committee or even the protocol committee. But the board is different. The board is
Yeah.
appointed by cabinet and what's not. Or to even take it further, you don't have to want to be a part of the committees. You can go to the components because the Yellow Pan movement has an executive. The Calypso Association have an executive. The Mass Bands Association have an executive. And if you feel like if you have a contribution to make, go and approach either one of them, and then you work your way up.
Yeah.
Right?
You
And I
gotta
mean,
start somewhere.
yeah, of course. As I said, I went there voluntary. I was not a part of any of these things because I was just excited and I wanted to be a part of the whole entire product.
And look at you now.
Hey, this man has some kind of
Yeah, man, I've been a brand this man, same man.
Yeah.
Go KPS with them, very talented fan player from a young age, man. I remember he used to always leave school and go practice. And Mr. Smiles, too, man. Yeah, man. The boy Dennis, tell him big up, say me. I'm listening to you guys on the radio, man.
Respect.
Straight.
One love, respect.
All the time.
respect, Dennis. You know what I
All the
mean?
time.
And it reached to a point where I hardly take up a pan now and play because I'm
Okay.
more into production now.
You
And
gone
hardly
past them
interest-
stage, bro.
Not gone past is something that I am very fearful of. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what I would say too, and I don't want persons to have the wrong idea. If you want to be a part of the CDC, you have to realize that you're basically putting everything aside.
Yeah.
The CDC cannot book Rodney Small, right? Nepotism, all these things in place. So I have to set aside my career and decide that this is the direction in which I'm going.
Wow.
Because how would it look to see
Interesting.
Rodney is a board member,
And then
Rodney
you
is
get-
a committee member, but then you see Rodney
yeah.
on stage?
It's like a sacrifice you're making.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I get you.
No,
get
I
you on
mean, it's not a written policy, but it's just the right thing to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
You know
don't
what I
want to
mean?
have that
Conflict of interest.
yeah,
So it's like
thank
you
you.
sitting
That's
down
the
in,
word. You
it's
don't wanna have
like
that
you sitting down in
conflict of
CDC meeting and you playing for soccer, man.
Yeah, everything you
playing
pay for, yeah, man, see, boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else not get on key alone because yeah.
So
yeah.
persons
It's a
have to
conflict, yeah.
understand that
Yeah.
that when and I mean if you're a practitioner or somebody within the industry and you want to be a part of the organization, you have to now realize that you serve
Putting
the people.
everything on, yeah.
You understand? I mean,
Very interesting.
if you
though.
could show me a particular show that Rodney Small has been on for the CDC, boy, I don't have plenty money now, but I'll give whatever in my pocket. Right? I mean, and honestly, let me be frank. Somebody, a lot of people are not willing to do that.
Yeah.
They're not willing to
Yeah.
to put aside
Everything
what
else.
they do
Yeah.
to come and serve.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that there are
Well said,
persons.
though, well said.
There are persons who a lot of people would recommend and think, and when you approach them, nah, boy, we're
Yeah,
so
when they
happy with my
realize,
business.
there you go.
Know what I mean?
Good.
So I just want to put that out there for persons. I mean, don't be afraid. Go up to the CDC office, go down to Victoria Park, and express your interest.
Yeah.
And I mean, let them know that you want to be a part of it. And I mean, go and
You
have
got
a
ideas.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
the start. Just canvas it.
I mean, everybody wants to go from the top on up.
Yeah.
And I mean, come down. But
Don't
there's some.
walk that way.
I can tell you this: the top the top probably might have the final decision, but the top is not the ones who create the ideas. The ideas come from the shows committee. The ideas come from the marketing committee. So that is where if you really have ideas and you want to see a lot of changes, you should run it through there, and then
Come on,
of
man.
course, move on.
Come on, man. Island Sips in the middle, man. Village Ram, fan, fruit drink, and Island Sip waters, man. Yo, outlets and supermarkets, they got you covered. Just run on out and grab a case. You know what I mean? Rodney Small for any doubters out there, because I mean, we actually saw how it started, and social media. I know you're heavy on social media as well. Whether you post or you would see stuff from time to time. For any doubters out there, for persons who be wondering, boy, or even saying, boy, Vince Mas, they say it don't seem like that, What would you say to that?
I mean, as we said earlier, we have to believe in it. So even though there's a situation, for example, let we use Exhibit A, the launch of Carnival. If that made you feel discouraged or not motivated, you have to remember that this is a Vinception product, and we can't allow it to go down a particular road. It means that we fail.
Yeah, true. And I like how you said earlier, you can't make 18 people determine the whole future
of course.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I just want to encourage persons to just love it.
I want you to do that.
And I mean, just love it. The festival is in a safe place. We have challenges. We have deficiencies. We have to address them.
I like how you accept that.
Yeah, of course. We do in anything, in everything. And I mean, we just have to, it's just how we deal with them collectively. Right? And of course, are disgruntled with the CDC. I mean, that is a known fact. I mean, the CDC is working hard now. Even last night, we finished our meeting like Minister 11. And that meeting was about, and I mean, CDC probably might beat me because I'm not supposed to be taking things out of the meeting. How, and on the table, how do we connect with the people? Because we have already evaluated what is happening. And the biggest thing that came out of the evaluation is the disconnect.
Yeah.
Right? How do we reconnect with the people?
Good question.
Right? There are a lot of things that is going to happen very swiftly to try to reconnect. So I don't know if you were looking at the social media. Last week we did a whole entire week where we visited the different components. We went to the mass tent, we went to the pan yard, then tent start last night. So we're going into the tent to basically reconnect. And that reconnection, one thing that we've been doing is to reach out to the private promoters to give them a sense of belonging.
Right, like you and my thoughts are.
Right. and I mean, obviously, to be honest, we know that our artists and our service providers are still scarred with what happened in terms of the long wait for payment. Right. We also have to see how we can push on that in the realest way.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is Rodney Small saying that. Rodney Small is saying that because our artists, our pan players, the makers and the shakers of Carnival, we need to love them up, we need to hug them up, but we also have to realize that we have to work together to make this product what it is.
So you know what I was saying is that it's not CDC does have the money, hold up.
I never say so. No. Me never say so. I know this man have a promise.
Bro, you need to say it. You have to tell the artists, them people, sometimes it is not the CDC solely that has the finance and the payments on hold.
I mean, but
I think they should have, they could understand. But the way it does kind of be a little bit.
But I think we need to foster that relationship now more than anything else. Not just with the artists, but with everybody. Who's a part of the Carnival product.
Yeah.
Right? We have to, and when I say we, I'm not talking CDC. I mean we as a nation. Right? We need to, because I mean I see some Christians getting we real fire now. What if they can't come together? You know what I mean? We can't show that. Yes. We have enough reasons to be disgruntled. Right? But we can't be disgruntled forever.
Yeah.
How do we deal with it?
Mass have to play.
Mass have to play.
Mass have to play.
Where they like it,
Mass have to play. You know what I mean? You know, heading on the road of wrapping up things. So, I mean, you made a suggestion where you say, persons could actually go to the CDC and pledge they express their ideas, their interests, and all of that. And I mean, on a whole too as well, I don't think CDC, you don't really have to, CDC are talking to all you. You don't really have to wait on everybody to come to you as well. Right. If there are persons out there with ideas, I mean, me and Q, we're promoting and all of that. Just examples. I ain't saying y'all reach out to me. I'm just giving you all examples. And you want to, you know what I mean? If you want to 5-6 promoters in a meeting just to get some ideas from them and a little feedback. Do that.
Yeah.
You know, because those 5-6 promoters might not come to you, but if you see the need to reach out to them,
go to them.
Reach out to them, bro.
And that's a part of the reconnecting campaign.
Yeah, reach out to them.
Because one of the things that the CDC started already for the past 2 weeks, just after the launch, and a little before the launch, is that we've reached out to some influencers.
Yeah, do that.
Right? And you know what I mean? There are some persons who met with the CDC already. Persons who we think could bring value to the whole marketing.
Yeah, I'll see what's going on outside.
As I said, swiftly, like as tomorrow, you're going to see a lot of different things coming from the CDC. I mean, we don't have all the answers. I am a practitioner. I think I just be able to reason with everybody. I just get really upset when they meet, as you say, when they meet me on the ground. But I realize that, you know what I mean, a lot of persons don't have the right information, and that is not a fault of the patrons. It's a fault of, I mean, we understand our PR. We need to step it up a little bit better.
Yes.
I mean, but we don't have all the answers. I mean, I would love for us, and this is probably some wishful thinking, for us to kind of change the approach, right? I mean, go and have a conversation. One, that's just from the patron side, and from the CDC side, let's create a platform or a forum where we can all vent and then come to one common ground.
Yeah,
I could safely say that.
I like it.
But the CDC means well. The components means well. I mean, at the end of the day, we're going for the festival. I mean, but Stump, I want us to be very careful, right? I want to use crime as an example. There are a lot of crimes in a lot of countries, but you're not aware of it.
Very true.
You don't hear about it.
Very true.
But there's a lot of it, right?
Very true. But
there are a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues with other countries' carnival.
And you won't hear about it.
Yeah. I'm not saying to shut up or don't talk about it, but we have to be careful with the image that we're pushing out there.
I think sometimes we pay too much attention and highlighting it too much.
On one hand, I keep watching up a party. Hottest carnival in Caribbean. But then I, as a foreigner, looking at that and see the hottest carnival in Caribbean. But then on this side, you know, there's some people who telling people don't come into us. There are persons who say that, you know.
Yeah.
And I say that with no apology. There is people that, anyhow.
Yeah, I didn't
come here for that.
Hey. Actually,
you'll come back when you think
come back. No. Yeah, come back because really, truly, the kind of ranchy interview we had for you today, the hangout we had for you today, it really didn't go down that way.
No, but I like it too. I'm not afraid of it. And I think I've gone past the worst. Yeah. Where these things are concerned, where I'm misunderstood and all of that. You know what I mean? I probably might rub one or two people differently, but my heart is in the right place.
Man, sure,
you know what I mean? I love what I do. You know what I mean? There are persons who saw me in the hot sun setting up for Irish, I was like, but I see President of the hot sun.
Yeah, bro.
But the thing with Rodney Small is that I am a practitioner. I get my hands dirty. I am a practitioner first and foremost. I love doing these things. I love production. I like lifting up things. I like helping them and putting together things because I think that's enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's enjoying it.
You see everything come together.
You know what I mean?
So,
But before we wrap up, I'm going to give some little promotion. You know, I want to encourage persons to continue supporting the components. Right, that's the life of our carnival.
Bro,
don't care what they do.
Tell you the word, we're preaching and support.
You know what I mean? Trinidad still have money. They still have powder. And Grenada still have jab. And I mean, what do we have?
Support, we think.
What do we have? We have to think about that, and I want that to be a part of your hangout. That is should be one of the questions. What is our carnival identity?
We're losing.
Yeah, and I mean, this Saturday we have the Queen of Calypso. And I mean, we have to go support the lady.
Come on out and support.
Yeah, we have to support the lady because one of the things on you being directly involved in the studios and all of that, we are losing a lot of our female artists. I don't know if all realize this.
Plenty.
You see the support that they're pushing, they need the support too.
Yeah.
They need the support. And I mean, we had the 10th season started last night. Go out to a 10th. Yeah. There's some young people on the shows committee that when we explain to them what happened in the 10th, and you realize one of our media house posted what used to happen in the 10th with Snuffy on stage. That's what 10th is all about. Right? You know what I mean? When that young person heard about, you know, the fact that they have grudges and not judges, and people could have given toilet paper on stage if the song ain't nice, and you could come back and I mean, that was excitement for the person.
It is.
And I mean, so we have that. We have the Southeast Steel Orchestra, which is one of our member bands, having a boat ride this Saturday to raise funds so that they can come and do their thing in Panorama. And I mean, the Epic Steel Orchestra, they're doing a bingo. I mean, it's one of the baddest bingo. Trust me, right in Calico over there, it's one of the baddest bingo. Come and support. And of course, I don't know about the CDC might beat me for this, but I will do it regardless of what. We are actually planning something called Vibe Out, which is for the people, about the people. vibe out. You could look out for that. Is a big parade around town that just showing the elements of carnival, and then we go into that particular venue, and then just make it about the people.
Nice. Sounds
You
good, bro.
understand? So I'm just begging, I'm pleading, and I mean, I know some persons don't like to hear this voice, this name, but I am asking you. It is more important than me, than the
It's
CDC,
bigger
than
than
the
you.
government,
It is.
that we embrace this festival.
It's our thing.
It is a bliss. It brings joy. I mean, somebody, the only time you see some man stop a fight and is when carnival happening. No. Because you know why? You know what the party
Hey,
done.
hey.
So that I am saying, with that
Man,
brotherly
play.
love that we would have during a fete or a party during carnival, I want to encourage persons to take it throughout the year. Let's be safe, right? Let's be safe. That is very, very important. I think Simmons has one of the safest carnival in the world, because I've been to other carnivals, and
We have seen it.
so you can't even wear like a chain and
We've
Simmons
seen
come
it,
out
bro.
away anything.
We have seen
And
it.
I mean, I want to encourage persons to stay safe. I mean, pay attention to the hurricane season. And I mean, don't spend all the money on carnival, because
Balance it.
you know what I mean? So yeah, you know what I mean? I want to wish all the artists well,
Good.
all of the makers and shakers of carnival. And I mean, even to you, the media houses who have been
Now
who
we
have,
do
who have
it.
one in the most important role.
Yeah.
But I will always start to play up some of the raga soca them, man.
Don't say a word.
You know what I
Don't
mean?
say a
And
word.
I'm not specifically saying extreme, I'm speaking generally.
Yeah.
And I mean, the raga soca thing is our thing, and
We're doing
man.
with part. We're doing with part still, you know?
And I mean, raga soca is our thing, and we have to embrace it. We have to
True.
love it up.
I
So
get
yeah, big up, blessings.
And just before you roll, Bridget, we have a little power 5 minutes. We can do a quick power 5 just before you go.
What up, all five?
You
Alright,
go
we
figure it
can
out.
do it. Alright, so we want to Slimatic.
Why is this one boy?
Slimatic Bridget. Tick.
What are you talking about? This is
Bro, we ain't saying nothing.
Right, tick.
You know, he don't answer and ask me what we talking about. You know, you're real cool, brother. You know what I mean? Carib Harun.
Carib.
Okay. Alright. Basketball, soccer.
Soccer.
Alright. Subway or KFC?
KFC.
Final one. Country Hollywood.
Country one. No, because my family from Georgetown.
Don't call her.
No, I'm being diplomatic. Sometimes, all right. You see, I don't want to hold you up, but a lot of my punishment in my time, I saw it as punishment, because I was a very miserable child, and my mother used to send me Georgetown. When you go Georgetown, you have a great coconut from McFudge. You have to go by the standpipe to full up bucket of water. And you have to wake up, you have to go catch chichi. And then you have to walk around Georgetown to sell planting chips. Them is my kind of foundation, you know. You understand? So,
Country thing there.
country me thing.
That's how we're ready. You're running smalls, just continue doing you do as we said earlier, and you're definitely gonna be back when we really started like steam up the thing later.
I want to complete some pan, man.
Yeah. Don't worry,
I want to know everything. Okay, my man and the CPC can hire me.
Yeah, don't say what. We don't let you know a little secret. So
Right,
and then everything will start out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Any final words, brother?
I mean, I just want to spread love.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to wish all the promoters, the private promoters as well too.
Yeah.
Because they play a very important
A
role
very,
in
very
the
important
festival.
role in the
I
show,
mean,
yeah.
for the artists, them, as I said earlier, don't be discouraged. You know what I mean? Vince Mars is not the determination of your career. You know what I mean? There's a bigger market out
Music
there.
bigger than that.
But
Bro.
make sure that whatever you do, you put your best foot forward. And I mean, to the CDC, I want to encourage them still. And I mean, it's not an easy fight, but then I mean, we would get through it together. And I mean, and for me personally, I want to say, look out for all the big events, all the major events.
Yeah.
Keep supporting the culture. I mean, I want to big up me uptown party, brethren, but I mean, the stage shows. I mean, I have to big up the stage shows. I mean, the shows that put bands on stage, artists on stage. I mean, the different elements of our culture on stage. But to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I personally want to say thank you. I mean, for your support. Although I have some people who just be giving me some licks. I'm still grateful for the ones.
Some of it unnecessary though, but
yeah, but you know what I mean, misunderstood, no problem. You know what I mean, I know what I was getting into. A professor once told me, I would not, I cannot teach you anything and don't teach you about the industry.
Yeah.
So all of that is as a part of the teachings. I mean, I think some of these things make character. But I just personally want to say thank you to everybody who will be supporting Rodney Small on the 16th of July. We're going pan in the garden.
nice.
Persons to look forward to. I run the small production.
That's why you did here,
A
brother.
lot of foreigners they say, oh, so how come we just come home and we can't get for here? So pan in the garden, July 16th.
Look out for that.
Respect.
All right. Yeah. DJ and Q, DJ Q and Stumper in the garden too.
Yeah, boy, I can't afford that anymore.
Small, big up yourself. Yeah, give thanks, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? Carnival Hangout.